What is up, audience? Thank you for tuning in today. Like many of you, I've been staying at home. I've been trying to watch the news, but personally I feel like it's just become this unrelatable noise. There was so much information, some of it was wrong, some of it was right, and I just didn't know what was going on in the world anymore. I reached out to people, real people who aren't pushing an agenda, people who don't have any, you know, I had asked them, I said, hey, would you be down to talk to me about what's happening in your part of the world? And thankfully, the response to this post was overwhelming. Because of time constraints, obviously I didn't upload all 3 hours of interview footage. I respectfully edited what I thought viewers and subscribers would probably learn the most from. Again, I'm really thankful for everyone who participated in this project, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Check it out with my interviews from around the world. So if you don't mind, could you go ahead and introduce yourself and say where you currently are?
Certainly. My name is Akeem. I'm here in a city called Augsburg.
In Southern California in LA.
Town called Oxnard, California.
I come to you from a seaside town called Hua Hin, Thailand.
Right now I'm in Orlando, Florida.
South Korea.
I'm Aika. I'm here in Olongapo City, Philippines.
Yes, I'm from Belgium.
Currently in Highwood, just north of Chicago. And
yes, Taipei City, Taiwan.
So I'm in Dallas, Texas.
My name is Justin, and I'm tuning from Singapore.
Dylan, and I'm from Cronulla, Australia.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Disneyland, 10 being The Purge, how would you describe your area?
I think we're right about at a 5 right now.
I would say it's more so of a 4.
A 4 or 5?
How would you describe your area?
I've never seen The Purge, but I get I kind of get what you mean by that. I'd say 6.
6, okay. As there's sirens going on in the background.
I do live in the center of the city, so yeah, there are several hospitals just next to me. So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Someone actually played The Purge sound driving by my neighborhood like 2 days ago. Freaked me out, but we're nowhere near that level. I would probably say about a 4.
1 being Disneyland, 10 being The Purge. Okay, so I would actually say 2 or 3.
Let's call it a 6 or a 7.
Almost, I'd say 8,
wow.
8, 9.
I would say it's probably a 3 right now.
Maybe around a 7.
It's almost 9.
For me, it's 7.
We're about a 6.
Are you currently on lockdown or expecting to be on lockdown?
No, we have some confinement measures that have been instated in place.
Well, yeah, it's a lockdown, but they allow you to go to like the doctor or to go to like pharmacies.
Any restaurants that were able to survive with just like takeout and drive-through?
We're in stages heading towards lockdown.
And people have been kind of chill about it, you know. Like I live very close to a park, and I see people in the park all the time. They are keeping their social distance, though.
They locked us out of all of the bars and spas and massage, and that's a big part of Thailand.
That's true.
Then they blocked the fitness facilities. That's a big part of my life. And I almost all public gatherings are completely blocked. Public transportation is about to be shut off, and we're highly encouraged to stay home. But we're not in an official lockdown.
There are rumors that cities will be locked down if the spread gets any worse.
We also have a curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. So it's not too bad.
Yes, we have been on lockdown for 2 weeks now.
What's the scene like at your local grocery store?
2 weeks ago, actually, I went to the local Ralph's, is what we have over here for market, and there was nothing on the shelves.
No rice, no beans, no milk, no eggs, no bread.
Same with toilet papers and like Lysol wipes.
Well, I think everybody just kind of decided toilet paper was made out of gold now. So I think that's that's a global phenomenon.
It's insane that we talk about toilet paper as a currency.
I think some people made some money by selling toilet paper at auction.
It was kind of mayhem. Like anything paper product wise, it was like all gone.
Everyone's going after the paper products, paper towels and toilet paper.
But here in Thailand, we use the famous bum gun. Toilet paper has no value right now here. You guys should sneak over and get some.
I would say a few hundreds of thousands of people rushing to the supermarkets and buying up everything they can find.
Luckily, a couple of years ago, my mom bought about 40 bags of 50-pound bags of rice. We personally are good, but when I went to the grocery store, of course, there's rice is a big thing of paper toiletries.
We've been fully stocked with toilet paper. We've been fully stocked with food ready to go, fresh fruit.
What would you say was your like, oh, this is bad moment? Did you have something like that?
When they announced the lockdown.
And then when they started canceling big events, WonderCon was supposed to happen in a few weeks. It got postponed. They postponed Coachella. They postponed South by Southwest. That's when you kind of see. I was like, oh, this isn't going away quickly. It's gonna be here for a while.
People are like really like freaking out and like yelling at the people who are working in the stores.
There was a lady who got really upset at someone who was stocking shelves.
So the internet was full of videos of people going shopping from other countries. So we went on a Thursday. We said, Thursday, 3 o'clock, stop working early. I mean, there should be no panic, right? And you go into the supermarket and we're shopping in one of the biggest supermarkets, and it was full packed of people. You had to wait in queue for like half an hour before you would get to the cash register.
I think for me, because I like to travel, once the travel bans came into place for Department of Defense, military jobs, government workers, they put the 60-day travel ban into pretty much put it into place. And they started it like last week or the week before. It's just started recently. That's when I kind of was like, okay, this is really a thing.
Would you say that this has impacted any of your relationships, like with friends or your husband or anything like that?
I see him more often now.
How has this impacted your relationship?
My girlfriend, my dear girl, she's got family in a couple different places, and her kids came down and they're all getting together at San Mariano there, and she's like, well, come on, I've got a room at my resort set up for you, come on down. And I said, no. And she said, oh no, it's gonna be great, come on down. And I said, no, because the order says don't do that. And it was a cultural thing where I'm like, the law, the rule says don't do this. It's really important. We've already skirted it for a while. And she's like, no, we're in Thailand, we can. I'm like, no, this is a real rule, sweetheart. So I'm going to stay here. I got an interview to do, and I got some other things to do. I got to check on the supplies, And that was kind of an oh wow moment. We're divided.
Right.
We've come to a place where, oh crap, my belief system is going to keep me home, and yours is going to take you an hour south.
Working in nursing, we generally have a change of clothes to change into anyways, and it's in a different bag. Keep it differently from the house, so I could wash it separately. As soon as I walk in, I got to strip down, took a shower immediately, and this is all before even dropping my daughter off.
What would you say has given you comfort and escape?
Your husband.
What's something that you do to find comfort and escape from what's going on around you?
Like, just recently, my girlfriend for my birthday managed to buy me a Gundam, so I've been building that.
I would have to say probably when I do get to talk to my husband, we talk about things of what we're gonna do when he gets back. In my mind, it's kind of like an escape a little bit of the present and what's happening right now.
I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare Warzone.
I've never been an Animal Crossing player back then, but this week I had some coworkers just like you know what, you should pick this up. And it's been stress relieving for sure.
I've been working on videos, trying to put some content up on TikTok.
Would you say that there was something you've learned about yourself from all this, either a weakness that was exposed or a strength that was found from what's going on?
I found out how little I really need.
I kind of thrive on interactions with other people. I enjoy company of other people, and being forced to just stay inside and stuff kind of like gets you thinking about other things, and you just think about so much, like, oh, where am I at this point in my life, in my career, and everything. You just start thinking a lot more because you're all up in your head. And
I had snacks that supposedly were going to last me a whole month, and the first week they were gone.
I found myself, sharing a lot more positive messages on my feed, trying to get everybody look at the positive side of things.
I didn't think I was a slave to human interaction, social activities, casual friendships, daily interaction for fun, for friendship, has become a big part of my life. But in the last 48 hours, I'm like, wow, this is really going to suck because I don't have a work. I don't have a project. I keep up on everything more or less. Today was laundry. I'm like, yeah, I washed everything I own.
I don't know. I've learned that I'm a workaholic, and I haven't realized it because I miss it more than anything else.
So I've found out that I'm more resilient than I thought I was. But you never know how strong you are until it's tested.
Yeah, I've always thought that my strength is me being a doctor. I know more about certain things, and then about the virus. I didn't know I was going to be this scared of the virus, and now I'm scared, and I feel like I'm unprepared for the whole thing, because this is it's very unprecedented. It's the first time that this happened, and then I can be called anytime for the front lines, and I'm not sure if I'm emotionally and mentally ready for that. So I guess I'm very scared of that thing.
Do you think your local government's doing enough? Do you think they're doing too little? Personally, how do you feel about it?
With the stay-at-home orders and the regulations they put on businesses and stuff like that, I'm thinking that that's a good approach.
I actually don't think they're doing enough, because I know in Italy you have to have authorization to even go grocery shopping.
But if the police, for example, would see you that you're in a group of 3 friends, you would all get a fine. I think it's 250 or 300 euro per person.
A number of people have been caught outside of their home quarantine and have been fined up to 1 million Taiwan dollars.
They waited, in my personal opinion, a bit too long. But I do think it's a good response so far. I noticed that they had used tape, regular old tape, I guess, and they put tape on the ground.
They actually put an X, a red mark, and give one spacing aside.
In the distance of 1.5 meters to tell people, okay, this is a safe distance. Do not get too close to each other when you're paying for your goods.
So if you actually break the rule, you sit on the red line, you get fined about $300. If the group of more than 10 people are being found, they're going to get fined $10,000.
The police are enforcing it. Seems to be working.
It works for us.
Wow, it's very effective.
And because we don't have that, the US is number 1 globally now.
One of the things that was put in place maybe 72 hours ago was a strict 10-person limit at funerals for loved ones, where they were loved by the community, and there would be hundreds of people at someone's funeral. Now they can't even get the proper send-off that they deserve.
I believe Taiwan is handling the situation as best they can with the limited support from the World Health Organization.
So I think in this case the government is doing is spot on, at least in Belgium.
I think they're doing a good job. It's just that I think we probably need to lengthen the whole lockdown.
What would you say is like the best thing you've experienced from this crisis?
Best thing is being able to be here home like for 24 hours a day with my girlfriend and not have any major fights. So that's good.
I have a lot more family time than I initially had, and that was something that I've always wanted.
A couple of different friend groups of mine, we're always checking in on each other, almost on a daily basis, and we weren't doing that before this crisis. It's crazy that a deadly pandemic is actually going to change human behavior, I think, for the better.
Well, we got an email from the school asking him to take a teddy bear and put it out in the window so that all the other kids who are confined in the house, they can also see the other kids basically staying in house. So the idea is that if every child puts his teddy bear outside in the window, then the kids would see all the teddy bears, so they know that all the kids are in house, and then they don't ask to go out. They will much rather stay in house with the other kids.
It's kind of like the happening is happening, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
So like Mother Nature's taking it all back.
What is the first thing you're gonna do when this is all over?
Probably got to the pub, drink.
Hitting the track.
Have like a sit-down meal somewhere.
I don't know. I probably just go about life again.
Man, I have no idea.
I'm gonna wait it out and see an extra week when they say this is over, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I'm also not taking any freaking vaccines until they figure it out for the first few months or so.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do once I get out is I'm gonna take my Nerf stuff and I'm gonna start shooting people.
First thing I'm going to do is, I do have someone very special in Japan. So the first thing that I'm going to do. Oh, well, yeah.
Go get a big hug from a stranger, I think.
What's the first?
I want to play basketball.
I'm probably just gonna maybe pick up analog photography again.
I have a favorite sort of a speakeasy dive bar that's only recently closed its doors, and it's stumbling distance from my place.
First thing you'll do when this is all over?
Schedule meetings.
So there you go. Those were just a few of the awesome interviews. I hope you guys found that informative or interesting, or at the very least entertaining. If you think someone else will enjoy this video, please click that share button. I'd really appreciate that a lot. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe and that like button, and there's a little bell beside the subscribe icon. If you click that, you will get notified every single time I upload a new video. Again, thank you to everyone who participated. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys on the next vlog. Peace.